3, lead the congregation in becoming healthy and missional, and not maintenance focused. Missional thinking, outward thinking, growing thinking, not just hanging on to R4 no more. Most churches, when they get evangelistic, I call it, they are driven by what we call economic evangelism. If you're a church of 100 and you lose 3 or 4 families and they were tithers in your church and your church attendance goes down to 85, the pastor gets on a series of evangelism. We got to go reach families. We got to go reach families. And as soon as he gets those 5 families replaced and we're back up to 100 and all the bills are paid, okay, we're okay now. We can stop preaching on evangelism. They have economic evangelistic passion. As long as the bills aren't being paid, we got to reach the lost. But once we're comfortable, we can let up a little bit. So we got to break that cycle of just being economic evangelistically driven. We got to be thinking about being more missional in our giving. A missional congregation is a reproducing body of fully devoted followers of Jesus who are sent into their sphere of influence as missionaries. Get your people to think that every one of them is a missionary. They have friends and families, co-workers and neighbors, and that they are the primary linkage between those people and where they're going to potentially spend eternity. Get your people thinking missional. Every person in your church has a personal mission field of somewhere between 25 to 40 people that do not know Christ or not going to church right now. What would happen if you could get everybody in your church to start focusing on those 25 to 40 people who are unchurched, de-churched, out of church, never church, whatever you want to call them? What would happen if they could really begin to speak into the lives of those 25 to 40 people? What would happen if only 10% of them actually responded to the gospel? That would be 2 to 3 people, 4 people out of every one of their circles of life that would come to Christ and potentially come to your church. Get your people thinking missional rather than just maintenance in your congregation.